I am Josette Bellinger-Ivory. I am an owner and operator of Bubbles and Sudz, Hand Detail and Car Center, and more recently, A1 Inspection Station here in San Antonio. Our first venture, the Bubbles and Sudz Car Detailing Center, what we do is it's an 8-bay car wash located on Home Green, 1469 W. White Home Green. And the way it's set up, you have 4 bays on the front. We do self-service car washing, but we also do hand detailing. And what that allows us to do is to not so much as employ, because we have some independent contractors that work with us. They allow us to almost, like I call it, a ministry, whereas some people that may not be able to get a job or whatever, youthful indiscretion or whatever, it allows us to give them opportunity to make money in a good way and give them somewhere to be. We use it as an opportunity not for them to be stay employees, but to prepare them to move on, teaching them how to be somewhere on a day at the point in time, how to be in uniform, how to keep a good presentation and deal with people. And it's been a blessing. Everything we do, myself as well as my husband, we try to do everything we do is try to benefit our community in which we live. More recently, like I stated, I started the A1 Inspection Station. It's located on the same property. I was spending a lot of time up there, and so it's kind of go hand in hand anytime you do with cars or anything like that. So I did start a state inspection. So now when you come get your car washed, I happen to notice that you're expired, but a lot of it is about convenience. That property serving having a multi-purpose, and again is community based. My father, Charles Bellinger, he ran a moving company in the city of San Antonio for about 30 plus years before he passed away. We still do. My brother still does light moving, but everything we've done has always been in our community. It's always been community-based. Lived on the Eastside all my life. I live and work and make my money and spend my money in the same community in which I live. So that's very important, that because if we don't do things in our community, we can't expect other people to come in and help the people that live there. So we always had those kind of businesses. My father did the same thing as well. He employed young men that wanted to make money. Maybe they had situations, stuff like that, but he did the same thing, giving them places to do things honestly and do it the right way. Being a woman in business can be challenging. It has its challenges, but it's also very rewarding. I found most recently with the inspection station, it's a male-dominated business by car repairmen and different stuff like that. And when my name is Josette, but everybody calls me Joe. And I get referrals there, and people come and they say, "I'm looking for Joe," and I'm like, "I'm Joe," And it's so funny because I'm like, "What did you expect? A big brawly man to come around here?" But that part is rewarding because I've had the opportunity to not only be a woman in business, but to be a double minority, be a black woman in a male-dominated business. And I get the reward is when I get young ladies, and I have a diverse group that I service, and I get people from all over, different race or whatever. But I had a young lady most recently. I was told her to put on her emergency brake, and she was like, "I don't know what that is." And I pointed out to her. I said, "Let me explain why that's important." And I told her, she says, "You know what? Can I say, I'm so glad that is you, because I would have felt so dumb if you was a man inspecting my vehicle." And so something that's just, you don't realize how important certain things are to other people. And when I think about it, I kind of always done male-dominated businesses. I could contribute that to my mom and dad because my mother domesticated us, but my father hung out with my father a lot. So a lot of things I learned from him. When I had to do the moving business, I drove the moving truck for like 2 years, And now with the even with the car wash, you know, you deal with a little bit of everybody. Some people rather deal with a female. Some people, you know, rather deal with a male. So we kind of got it covered pretty good there. My advice to any young lady, young woman trying to start a business, go for it. You know, don't be afraid. Step outside the box. That's the most challenging and the most rewarding and exciting because, like I stated, you know, they didn't expect to see a black female inspecting vehicles. And as I go through the process, I'm getting more referrals because of that. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I must tell everybody I know. But when I speak to young women, we're living in a society. I'm older, some of them more seasoned than some of the young ladies are run into, but I love their energy. I love their willingness to go into these different avenues that maybe my generation or older wouldn't have even thought of, you know. And not only that, we weren't pushed or supported to go into something like that. Nobody ever told me about going into that's an avenue for me to go into a male-dominated society or dominated career. But they have so many now. The technology, the social media. I mean, you have people and young people advancing in areas that we never seen before. You have people, like you said, they just popular because they're on YouTube or putting on makeup. And I love that part because things that we did naturally as women, redecorating, whether it's the way you cook something, whether it's the way you put on makeup, good ideas for doing your hair. These women are becoming popular and successful just because of the advancement in modern technology, in social media, and the ability to spread their businesses. I saw, which is very unusual, and I didn't think I was gonna find it. I went on YouTube and I looked at different hair ideas for biracial children. And it's a young lady there, and she has a biracial child, and she gives you all these hairdos and ideas of twist and braid, all kind of different things to do. And it's just always exciting, remarkable to me. And a lot of these are areas where women are advancing. And that's what's exciting, you know, to see that we could do anything. I never had a daughter. I had a son. So I never had that talk. You can do anything that a man can do. I never had to have that. I just had to believe it myself because I was the one that had to encourage myself. And so, yeah, there's no limit, you know, to what we can do as women. And I think that we do it in a grand fashion because by being a woman, I think we do it with style. We do it with finesse. We do it with our hearts. We're community driven. We like to do things that bring purpose to people. And we're natural supporters and enablers. And I think that's why we do so good at what we do. How you find Bubbles and Sudz Car Wash. We're located at 1469 South W.W. White Road. A very popular street right on the corner of Home Green and W.W. White. We've been there 11 years. We are there from 9:30 to, daylight saving to about 7 p.m. But if we have cars, we will wait for you. Or we know you're coming, we will wait for you. Also, you can find A1 State Inspections located on the same property. I'm there from 10 to 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 10 to 4. Just come check us out. We pride ourselves on being family-oriented. It's a real nice atmosphere. And what I mean by that is while you're doing, if you elect to do the hand detailing, we have sitting areas where people sit. We have a barbecue truck that's located on the same property called Smoking Joe's Knockout Barbecue. So you can eat. I make the homemade peach cobbler there too. So I'm just doing all kind of things. And we're located, like I said, at the same property. You may be able to grab a quick domino game while you're waiting and listening to some Frankie Beverly and Mays or something like that, because we play old school music. So we always want to make it a real, nice environment for everybody. So that's where we are. Women's History Month, it means to me, and it's important because a lot of times I feel that because we're natural supporters, we may not get the accolades that other people do. We have to try that much harder than anybody in the office. We have to try that much harder than anybody in the field. And so when you have a month, or, they've made a month for everything, so we need a month too. Because even as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter, we do things because they feel good. We do them because they're the right thing. And sometimes, a lot of times nobody says thank you. So a month set aside to highlight the different contributions that women are making, sometimes in silence, it's a great time to do that. So if we don't get appreciated any other time during the year, that's a great month to do it. It's a good opportunity to tell the woman in your life thank you, the contribution she's made, family-wise, business-wise, community-wise. It's a very important. Some adjectives I would use to describe myself are I'm outspoken, I'm a self-motivator, I'm an encourager. One thing I believe in that we don't do enough to support each other as women. I make it my business to, even when I meet different women, hello, beautiful, hi, or make sure we speak to each other. We don't do that enough. Sometimes we could be our own worst enemy. So I pride myself on loving on my sisters, loving on my young ladies, using an opportunity to encourage them or building a rapport with them. So if they do need some advice or some guidance, that they've relaxed enough and trust you enough to accept that from you in the way it's given, not to be judgmental, but in love, to correct another young lady. So I am an encourager. I am a supporter. I am a lover of my community. I am strong. I'm outspoken. I can sometimes be brutally honest. But I am me. That's what makes me me. And more importantly, I am woman.